This is the power zoom, 10 to 20 millimeter. So it's a power zoom because it have this rocker that you can press, or you can press on the camera and it will focus automatically, and it will shift the zoom automatically between 10 and 20 millimeter. So this is basically the same size of the one I'm using, but it's f4, and the one I'm using is 1.4. So there is about 4 stops in between, and 4 stops is a lot of light coming into the lens and into the sensor. This is the 80 millimeter prime lens. This is the 100 this is the 224 105 OSS, and it is telescoping lens and optical stabilization in it. So here is the latest addition to the lens collection. This is 15 millimeter G lens. It is 1.4, so you can see the background is blurry, and that's the benefit of 1.5 aperture. It is very wide, so I can be very close to the camera. It's only about one hand or two hand, let's say 1.5 hand between me and the camera and the lens. The issue is that it is APS-C type sensor, so it doesn't fit on the full frame cameras, but that's fine for me. It fits my collection perfectly. So this is the Nespresso coffee, and this is imaged by Canon 50 millimeter 1.4 at 1.4, 80 millimeter 1.6 at 1.6. And this imaged at 15 millimeter 1.4 at 1.4. So I'm really close. You can see the distortion in my face, and you can see the background even if it's a little blurry. So at 1.4 I can handheld the camera and the coffee and drink it at the same time. So these are the two lenses that I'm reviewing with the this is the 85 1.8, and this is 50 1.4. So what each lens does, they are prime lenses. They offer a separation between you and the background. This is the good thing. The most annoying thing is you need to switch between the lenses in different times and places, and this can cause accumulation of dust on the sensor. So if you don't like the switching of the lens, you can use zoom lens. Of course, zoom lens has its own issues. The most important issue in zoom lens that it often offers narrow aperture, so you cannot get adequate separation between you and the background. And they often come in heavy sizes, so heavy weights, so it is a bit daunting to carry on zoom lenses and prime lenses, so you need to make up your mind. As for vlogging, I noticed that I'm using the 15mm 1.4 almost all the time, so most of the time on the 15, less time on the 50, and less time on the 80mm. Unless I'm shooting portrait, it will be the opposite: less time on the 15, more time on the 80, and half and half time on 50, or they call it nifty 50. So we have decided to use the recommended prime lenses for photography, and you came to a question: which lens should I use? Which one is more suitable for my needs? And this depends on the distance between you and the subject or the object that you're imaging or you're taking picture of. So whenever you are ready to get close to the subject, you use shallower or shorter distances. So 15mm, as I'm speaking with you, as I'm very close to you and the microphone is very near to me, so you can hear my voice very clearly. If you are not ready to get close to the subject, you use the 50mm. This will be like the normal eye view or normal eye vision. If you are not ready, or you can proceed to the 80mm, so you can get more separation between you and the subject. You will get more comfortable in this situation. Another question may arise, which is, can I use another supplier for the lenses? And this is not the recommendation in general, because the autofocus in my eye now is working flawlessly because I'm using the same manufacturer for the both camera and lens. But when you use a different manufacturer, you may have what they call focus breathing, where the focus shifts between you and the subject for searching for the optimal focus. And that's why it's not recommended to do different lenses like Sigma. And for the Sony, you use the Sony lenses, for Canon you use Canon lenses, and so on. So this was my little review for the lenses. I hope you enjoy it and have a nice weekend.